Very nice dive. Once you ascend to 3 feet or shallower, the ProPlus 2 will enter surface mode and begin counting your surface interval. In the first 10 minutes after you ascend, the ProPlus 2 is in surface transition mode. While in the surface transition mode, the ProPlus 2 will display number of the current dive, temperature, battery consumption indicator, time of day, surface interval time with flashing icon, and nitrogen loading bar graph. While in the surface transition mode, we can access the logbook, but we cannot access the other modes such as time to fly, landing, or settings. Let's now look at the logbook. To access the logbook from the surface mode, press the Advance button 4 times. The ProPlus 2 will store up to 24 dive in its log for viewing. The first dive of a new activation period will be number 1, the second will be number 2, and so on. After 24 dives are accumulated, each subsequent dive will override the oldest dive in the log. Dives are displayed in reverse sequence that starts with the dive most recently recorded back to the oldest of the 24 dives stored. In this case, we have 2 dives in our log. Each dive has 3 log settings: date, time, started, nitrogen data, and oxygen data. The first screen contains dive number, log mode icon, date of the dive, and time of day. Now let's look at the nitrogen data screen. Press the Select button. It contains maximum depth, minimum temperature reached during the dive, surface interval prior to the dive, elapsed dive time, variable ascent rate indicator showing the maximum ascent rate maintained for 4 consecutive seconds during the dive, tissue loading bar graph showing tissue nitrogen loading at the time you surfaced at the end of the dive. Also, the segment that reflects the maximum loading during the dive will appear flashing. To access the oxygen data screen, press the Select button. This screen contains log mode icon, FO2 symbol and value set for the dive, maximum PO2 reached during the dive and PO2 symbol, O2 bar graph showing oxygen loading at the end of the dive. To access the first screen of the previous dive's log, press the Advance button. To return to the surface sequence at any time while in log mode, hold both buttons simultaneously. Also, the ProPlus 2 will automatically revert to the surface mode after 2 minutes if no button is pressed while in the log mode. Are you ready for the quiz? If not, you can go back and review the sections in this module. And remember that you have the option to practice what you have just learned. Just click the link ProPlus 2 Practice Site and the simulator will take you there automatically. Press Next at the bottom of the screen.